welcome to the Verde Valley Experience. Thank you so much for joining us. Always appreciate it when you're here. As summer's rolling to an end here in the Verde Valley, take heart. We still have plenty of things going on. Wonderful organizations to talk about, great things coming up. Our first guest today is Kenzo, who is the president of the Phillip England Center for the Performing Arts Foundation. You're going, where's that? Well, culture is coming to Camp Verde. And it's taken off with a bang here. Soon we're going to have the inaugural Camp Verde Jazz Festival. That happens on September 1st. So Ken's going to tell us all about the Phillip England Center. He's going to tell us about the first ever jazz festival, what's happening there, and how all culture is now coming to Camp Verde. Yay! It's been a long time, but we're ready for that. Then we'll talk with Heather Parris. Now, she is part of Chain Reaction. Chain Reaction provides refurbished bicycles for homeless or other people who can't afford a bicycle, plus helmets and safety information and all that kind of stuff for all the low-income residents in the Verde Valley. That's helping people get mobile, get on the move, and all for free. So it's a really awesome organization. We're going to talk to Heather all about that. Then we'll talk with Tania Simms. She is the Executive Director for Verde Valley Habitat for Humanity. We brought her in here today to talk about how they choose a new home recipient. Recently, they've given 2 more homes to very worthy families here in the Verde Valley. So we're bringing her in to talk about that process, what that involves with the homeowners. Then we're going to go on location, courtesy of our sponsors at Cat and Dirty Links, to the Sedona Heritage Museum. And we're going to talk with board member Shondra Jepperson. We're going to talk about winemaking in the Verde Valley. But here's the kicker. In the 1890s, I know we think winemaking is new here in the Verde Valley. It's not. They were making wine in Sedona in 1890. That's pretty awesome. So we're going to talk about that. And then to finish up our show, we're going to have a wonderful musical performance from Jill Trenholm. She's amazing. She is a gypsy jazz folk musician. There you go, something new. Beautiful woman with beautiful music. She's been pouring it out since her teens. I'm really excited to have her. So let's go ahead and get started. We have with us Kenzo, president of the Phillip England Center for the Performing Arts Foundation.
Yes, it is.
What a wonderful title. Amongst others. You might recognize right. Ken. We've seen you a few times before.
Yes, here and there.
Yes, you're wearing a different hat today.
That's right. That's right.
Tell us about the Phillip England hat.
Well, it all started basically about a year ago in November. We did at the Archaeology Center. We hosted the Art Carlos Nakai for a concert with the Verde Valley Sinfonietta. And it sold out the Sedona venue. It sold out the Camp Verde Phillip England Center. Which, if people aren't aware of it, is attached to the school system over there, and it's a big auditorium, 435 seats. And we did that concert. We were shocked that it was sold out so many places, and when we had a post-mortem, if you will, of the concert with the musical director for the Sinfonietta, he said, great venue for music, however, here's a list of things that really need to be improved to make it a high-class performing arts center. And so as we looked around, we knew that the school didn't have the money, so a few of the community people got together and we formed the foundation. We now have our IRS 501c3 nonprofit status for donations, etc. And in order to start to raise funds for the Performing Arts Center to improve their facility, we're hosting a series of concerts. And as you said, the first one is jazz, September 1st, 7 p.m. at the center. Tickets are available on the website. It's pecpef.org. It's $10 for children, $20 general admission, $30 for the front row centers. And we'll be following that in October with the Camp Verde Blues Project. And then in November, we have Native American Month. We have a Hopi Rhythms program going on. So we're trying to bring a variety of entertainment to the area, as well as raising funds for the school.
Well, certainly. So the funds from the concert go into updating the facility through the school?
Yes, yes. When we started looking into it, the place had not been updated at all since it was built about 15 or so years ago, and they don't even have a schematic of the wiring for the PA system or the lighting or anything. So we're going to have to start with the basics. There's nothing digital in the whole place. It's all still analog, and so they really need all new projectors and sound systems, etc. So it'll take a while to get there, but between bringing new entertainment and new culture to the Sedona Verde Valley area, the rest of the Verde Valley, you know, we'll be raising some funds to be able to do some of these projects.
Mm-hmm. I bet the way that technology changes every hour, it must be very hard to keep up.
It is, and just when the Sinfonietta was doing their thing, to change the lighting, he had to run around on the backstage and flip switches, whereas normally you just take your little iPad out and you start pressing a little couple buttons and you change the lighting altogether. And they just don't have that capability, so that's what we want to try to bring them.
Wow. And how big is this passionate group of citizens that got together and decided to do something?
The initial board is, there's 5. We also have an ex officio member with the school board and an ex officio member with the town of Camp Verde. So right now there's 7 of us, and we're still looking for a few more board members to kind of fill out the I think 12 that we have slots open for.
Wow.
So we're doing a lot of work right now to kind of get it started.
I bet. What are you looking for in board members?
Well, people are interested in music, cultural affairs, bringing that kind of material and entertainment to the Verde Valley. Some who can bring some resources to the table as well, willing to sponsor maybe some of the events. Or we have one board member who is basically, she's buying a large block of tickets to give away to school children or senior centers. So you know, that's what we're kind of looking for.
How nice. So generous, kind-hearted souls with an interest in culture.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we got tons of those.
Yeah.
That's easy peasy. You're going to be overrun.
Well, we'll see.
If somebody has interest in being a board member, Ken, what should they do? What's the first step they should take?
Well, look at our website. It has a description there of what's required and what our activities are, what our mission is, what our vision is. And just go into the website. You can find all that information out, and there's contact information to get a hold of me, and I'll pass it around.
Right, and we can get tickets for all the events through that website.
Yes, at the website there's a description of each of the concerts, and then there's a button that says click here for tickets, and it takes you to our ticket agent, and you can buy the tickets right there.
Very
convenient.
And
you can pick your seats. Every chair will always be reserved, so you don't have to come running an hour before. Even general admission seats have numbers, so and you can pick your seat on the website. Wow,
that's awfully fancy.
Yeah.
I like that too. I don't like going, oh, I got to get there early because we can't sit together or something like that. And wow, that takes a lot of the stress out of concert going. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it does. Well, we're trying to make it easy, and that makes it easier on us too to get the file of people into the building.
Now, the inaugural Camp Verde Jazz Festival that's taking place on September 1st at 7 p.m. Who's performing at that?
Well, we're doing it 2 ways. We start off with the Don Moyo Quartet. Don Moyo was the drummer for the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas for about 25 years, and he now actually teaches percussion at Arizona State University when he's not performing around the country. His pianist is Dick Manson. Then we have Dwight Killian on the sax and Andrew Gross on the bass. So these are all professionals. They've been in the jazz scene from New York to Chicago to Los Angeles to Phoenix for years. So they've come together to be a quartet. And then after the break, we bring in the big Uptown Big Band from Phoenix, 13-piece orchestra with vocalists, and they'll do the jazz of Count Basie, Duke Ellington, Michael Bublé, that kind of material. So that's how we'll end the concert with the big band. So we call it a festival because the hope is, if this takes off, we'll expand it on the Labor Day weekend to maybe 2 or 3 days of activities. So this is the start, and we'll see how we go from here.
Well, that sounds like a really great start. It's got to be challenging to book such well-accomplished musicians, to get them to come to a little town like Camp Verde.
Well, you know, it's a combination. When we tell them it's a benefit for the school, that kind of got a lot of their attention. They generally did everything for half their normal fees. Don Moyo knows the Sedona area. He's been up here performing quite a bit. The big band has never been up this way, but they were very excited to come on up. So it surprisingly was not all that difficult to get this quality of people here.
No, well, that's
and
great.
To the point where we're actually getting calls now from other groups wanting to know what we're booking for next year. So the word's getting around already that we have a venue and that we're booking quality acts.
Wow, that's super fast. It took me like 5 years before people started calling me. Congratulations, Ken.
Well, thanks.
I know you have all this time in the world.
Oh, yeah,
You know, when you're not at the Verde Valley Archaeology Center, now you're going to be over at the Phillip England Center.
That's right. And I'll have to come back next month because I'm also the chair of the Camp Verde Dark Sky Association.
Right.
And we're doing our first Dark Sky Festival on October 6th. So a lot of activity coming along.
Camp Verde is really coming up, isn't it?
That's right.
That's wonderful. All thanks to you, I have to say.
Well,
you have a huge part in it, Ken.
I'm keeping busy. As my wife said, keeps me out of the wineries and the taverns.
Oh, well, some people might not look at that as a benefit. So, the wineries and the taverns,
That's
for sure. Well, okay, so the website, pecpaf.org. I know it sounds complicated, but it's right there on your screen, so write it down, pecpaf.org. Look that up. You're going to find all the information you need about the Camp Verde Jazz Festival that's coming up, about all the concerts that are coming up after that. Of course, you can buy your tickets, reserve your seats. It's super easy, awesome, benefits the school, which helps the center get better and better and bring in better and better acts and just keep going crazy.
That's right.
Awesome,
We hope.
Ken. Thank you so much for the work you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
And
It's a pleasure.
I know Camp Verde appreciates you too. So.
Well, they've been very, very good at the Archaeology Center, and my board said do whatever you can to kind of repay it.
Excellent.
So that's what we're doing.
Very cool. Kenzo, the president of the Phillip England Center for the Performing Arts Foundation. We'll be right back with more of the Verde Valley Experience, so don't go away.
Fabulous views and unmatched quality with efficiency in mind. Just announced, C&B Construction is the only contractor ever to win the EPA's coveted Indoor Air Plus Leaders Award 4 years in a row. These Energy Star certified homes provide unparalleled energy efficiency, comfort, durability, and indoor air quality. C&B Construction is currently building at Gray Fox Ridge and Crossroads at Mingus. C&B Construction, locally respected and nationally recognized.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles.
Building a home, remodeling, or need furniture for the holidays? Time to order is now. Amish Home Decor offers furniture for every room in your home in many different woods, stains, and styles. We even offer patio furniture and mattresses. If you don't see what you're looking for on the showroom floor, just ask. We buy from 100 different Amish families located at the corner of Glassford Hill and Highway 69 in Prescott Valley. Amish Home Decor is the place to buy tomorrow's antiques.
Hello and welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We're now here with Heather Parris. She's from Chain Reaction, one of the coolest organizations you're going to hear about. It's new, it's awesome, it's fabulous. I'm going to let you take all the glory here, Heather. You can explain Chain Reaction.
Well, Chain Reaction was born during a winter when I was at home. I was sick, I was a little bit depressed, and a friend of mine had asked me about the homeless people in the area. Did they need bikes? Could they use bikes? So he actually put the idea into my head. And I know personally when I'm feeling depressed, I know that I need to look outside myself and do something for somebody else. So I started asking on Facebook, does anybody out there have a bike they don't want anymore? And I started driving around the Verde Valley collecting bikes. And at that point in time, just friends that I know through the Verde Valley Cyclist Coalition, which I've been a member of for a long time. I was secretary for 4 years. They would volunteer to fix the bikes for me. And my husband came up with the name Chain Reaction because it truly was. And I had my boys collaborate to create my logo, which they did. And then the Verde Valley Cyclist Coalition got involved. They wanted to be involved. And so we partnered so that they're providing me funds to have the bicycles repaired. And then also I could take donations through them until I happily received my 501c3. I'm also an Arizona qualifying charitable organization. So anybody out there that wants to donate some money and save on their taxes, I'm right here.
Congratulations on that. That's huge.
That's huge, yes. I now have a new website thanks to Sedona Design Studio, who created another website for me for a for-profit business I own. And she was sweet and volunteered and put it all together for me. And so it's online now, chainreactionaz.org.
Great.
I also have a Facebook page. And if you see any bikes around town with these stickers,
That's a great looking sticker.
My boys did that.
The bicycle and the Arizona Star, and it says Chain Reaction.
Yay! With the gear, the outside is supposed to be a bike gear.
When you see one of these, your heart must just swell, like, that bike, that's one of my bikes.
That's one of my bikes.
That's great.
Yes.
They're nice stickers, too.
Thank you so much. I've been donating the bikes through Catholic Charities and Angie's House, Sedona Area Homeless Alliance, and also through, I gave one bike through to a young man through the Yavapai Juvenile Probation Department.
All right.
So yeah, I've got a lot of the bikes are going to homeless vets, and not just right here in the Verde Valley, a lot over in Prescott and a few up in Flag.
Wow, Heather, this is huge.
It's huge.
This is huge.
And I'm going to do a big fundraiser. My plan is a year from next month, music festival. I am going to bring world famous rapper to the Verde Valley.
Oh.
So that's all hush hush right now,
okay.
but he's given me the yes, I will be there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
among
so
other music,
well, of course.
other types of music
how
as well.
cool.
But yeah.
This is amazing. From one friend asking a question to you having an idea to filling a need in the Verde Valley and beyond. I mean, having transportation for someone who's down on their luck or low income or perhaps even homeless is world opening. It makes they can get somewhere. They can possibly get to work.
They can get to a job interview.
Yes.
Social services, whatever they need. I mean, it's huge.
Wow.
And it doesn't cost anything. They get a helmet, and now I'm working on getting a good source for locks. Whether it's I buy them myself at maybe a discounted price, or a business will donate them. But I want them to have a lock so they know that they can keep it safe and secure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if someone out there has a bike in pretty good condition, I mean, you don't want to take anything that's rusted shut.
I have gotten some junk.
I bet you have. No junk, please. If you've got a bike, they want to donate.
Yes.
If they're a business and they want to get involved, they want to sponsor something. If they want to somehow donate something, helmets, locks, pumps, anything like that. So they contact you through the website.
They can contact me through chainreactionaz.org. Also heather@chainreactionaz.org is my email.
Excellent.
And I've got my cards around. The Verde Valley Bicycle Company has my information. Catholic Charities has my information. The police department as well.
Absolutely.
So,
and the Verde Valley Cyclist Coalition.
And they do as well.
You can go there as well.
Yeah.
What are you in need of right now?
Mostly money. Mostly money. I'm using all, my own gas, my own time. I've applied for a couple of grants and did not receive anything from them, but I'm keep plugging away. I'll apply again next year. And
so if somebody knows how to write really good grants, I'll have it. That's an art. Writing grants is a total art.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And I've had a lot of help. I've had a mentor that's helped me go through all that paperwork to get my 501c3 and so forth. So that's been very helpful.
I bet. I bet.
Yeah.
So this must is this all you do now?
Oh, no.
Do you have other jobs as well?
Oh, I have 4 jobs.
Four
I do.
jobs. Most good women do. I mean,
I have a bike tour business.
Excellent.
That's for profit. It usually slows down during the summer, if not stops altogether, which is okay with me because I don't like riding when it's so hot either. I do a bicycle day camp for kids in the summer.
Fun.
Up at Posse Ground Park. I work for an oral surgeon that comes up to Sedona one day a week. I was in the dental field for 27 years, so I work for him, and I also hostess at Soundbites.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a busy lady.
I'm a busy lady.
And meanwhile, with her cape on and her superstar shirt, she is now helping everyone get mobile here in the Verde Valley.
Yeah.
That is super. If someone needs a bike, they also go to the website.
They can go to the website. They can also go to the mission, Old Town Mission, Police Department, Catholic Charities, and I'm going to be dropping off forms at the new drop-in center that the Homeless Alliance is just opening. So tomorrow. That's on my list.
Oh,
so I'm going to take them some forms as well. So
and
people
those are
have
all
access.
places that folks would go.
Yep.
Who would be down on their luck or perhaps need something, or low income, looking for assistance, or homeless.
Exactly.
Yeah. How many bikes do you think you've given away so far?
I think it's been a little over 50.
That's great.
Yeah, when I first started, I didn't have the paper trail. So there are probably a dozen or more that I don't really have record of. But right now I've got probably 6 bikes. My husband has not complained about all the bikes on our back patio. He's been really sweet. In the ones that need to be fixed and the ones that are fixed, they're divided. And so.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Great husband, great son, by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
So that's incredible. And you've been going how long now? Not very long, have you?
It's been about a year.
About a year.
Yeah, about a year and a half now.
And well over 50 lives touched.
Yes.
In about a year.
I don't know. I had one young man who gave his bike back to me because he had a job and was able to buy a brand new bike for himself. And so he wanted to pay it forward. Oh. And I do tell the folks, if you ever don't want the bike, don't need the bike, just give me a call. Let me know. I'll come get it. Wow. Give it to somebody else.
That's great.
So I don't know who gets the more blessing, me or them. But
I think it's pretty equal, for sure.
It's awesome.
ChainReactionAZ.org, ChainReactionAZ.org. Check it out. Heather, you're amazing.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for the work you're doing.
Thank you so much.
It's so wonderful, and you can tell she enjoys it. Look at that smile on her face. So check out Chain Reaction. We'll be right back with more of the Verde Valley Experience, so don't go away.
Paul Stanley here with Stanley Steel Structures. We offer shade structures that provide style, value, and performance. Our Equinox louvered roof opens and closes to give you the ultimate patio experience. We also offer Alumawood shade covers that looks like wood but lasts like steel and never needs painting or maintenance. Visit us at StanleySteelStructures.com. Contact us today and be covered tomorrow. Stanley Steel Structures. Let us add some space to your place.
Nothing personalizes a home like paint, and JPS Paint Center is your paint pro. Featuring durable interior and exterior paints from Benjamin Moore. JPS Paint Center can help you find the perfect shade, and they're experts in color matching for any project, including their selection of automotive paints from standard to extravagant. JPS Paint Center. Find the perfect paint and all your paint supplies too on Main Street in Cottonwood.
Northern Arizona Mortgage Corporation is your local choice for personalized home loans, and they've been doing it since 1986. They help home buyers obtain FHA, VA, USDA guaranteed rural housing, and conventional loans. From start to finish, they offer a safe in-person application process with licensed loan originators. Contact Shelley White Collier at northernArizonaMortgage.com or call 634-4251. Visit their office, located at 707 East Mingus, Suite 601, Cottonwood.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We're now here with Tania Simms, who is the Executive Director for Verde Valley Habitat for Humanity. Super awesome thing you guys have been doing lately. I've been reading about the homes that people have been receiving and how you've announced, you know, the new recipients. And I think that that whole process, we've had you on the show before to talk about the home. The building of the home, the making of it, how Habitat works through there. But as far as the process goes for the family being picked for the home and what the family has to do at that point, let's really get into that today.
Okay.
Yeah. So you recently awarded a home to another family, and then you were about to award a home to another family, is my understanding.
Okay, so I want to clarify one thing. We don't award homes and we don't give homes away. So our homeowners have to go through a qualifying process, an application period, and a process very similar to anyone who might want to purchase a home. And then we have some additional criteria that they have to meet on top of that. And it's a several month long process. So once they get to the point where they are qualified and they are submitted to the board, to request approval, then we tell them, hey, you are going to be our next homeowner. So because they go through this process, our homeowners pay a mortgage. So we're really just surprising them and saying, you've gotten through this process, you've gotten through all of these challenges that we've given you, and now you're going to start the work of sweat equity so that we're going to partner and build your home together.
Right, that's a very big important part, is that they are involved in the building of the home and not just picking the colors for the walls. I mean, they are hammering and nailing and screwing and cutting and doing all that stuff and helping build their own home.
Yeah, in most cases, yeah. Unless they can't for some reason. But
right, disadvantage of some sort, sure.
Yeah.
But that's going to create a serious amount of ownership within themselves and pride. Not only did I, go through all the hoops needed to get to this house, I deserve this house, and I actually helped build this house.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's part of what makes our program really great, is that partnership and pride of ownership up to the point where we actually hand over the keys and we have this big celebration that the house is completed. You know, there's no fear, or maybe not a major fear that I'm going to have this mortgage payment, because sometimes, you know, when we purchase our home for the first time, we're like, oh my gosh, what did I get into? There's more of an excitement because this is a first, and there've been a partner and so many people walking alongside them during this process that, wow, I'm going to be a homeowner, you know, and it's a replacement from what they might be paying in rent to what they're paying in mortgage payment, and now they're going to be owning something instead of giving something to somebody else.
Absolutely. And you assist folks with the folks that come through this program are special folks. They're not just the average people off the street. They've been through adversity, and you're helping them to get forward to owning a home, which they may not be able to do in the classic realms. It's not an easy thing to do, by all means, for anybody. You know, phew.
Yeah, it's more difficult today because of the value prices of homes and how they've increased over the last several years, and construction costs, increasing construction costs. But yeah, so most of our homeowners, some of our homeowners have had adversity, and a lot of times it's adversity because they're single parents. So single parents, as far as women, that's probably 80% of our homeowners, and that's Habitat across the U.S. So a single parent, of course, women statistically make a lower income than a male does, and it's harder for a single parent to find the ability, find the savings, find the financial means to be able to save down payment and purchase a home on the open market. So our program is designed for a lower end income earner. Doesn't have to be a single parent family, but we do have income requirements. So you do have to have a verifiable income. You do have to have manageable debt if you have any debt, and you have to be able to prove that you can make a mortgage payment. So there's several processes that have to be evaluated to make sure that that homeowner, that applicant, is going to be able to make that mortgage payment, and then they have to meet some need criteria on top of that. And some of the need criteria are that they either are living in substandard housing, which we have criteria that we evaluate to see if it's substandard housing. Overcrowded living conditions. We have a lot of people who are having to move in with family members, or lack of housing. Maybe they're displaced housing right now, and the inability to get a loan on the regular open market. So there's some criteria that has to be met, and we evaluate that from home visits and through relationship building with the homeowner. And they have to be willing to partner. They have to be willing to put in the sweat equity that's required of them to partner and build their home together. So it's a process, but it's a really good relationship building process. And for most everyone, you know, I only speak from our affiliate standpoint. For our homeowners, it's a really positive experience from the time that we get to surprise them and say, hey, you know, you've been approved, to the point of actually handing over the keys.
Wow.
Yeah,
that has to
gives
be a
me
moment.
Goosebumps.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Do you go to all those when you hand over the keys?
I have since I've been with the organization. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I go to the homeowner surprises where we surprise them and say you've been approved. Now we're going to start, you know, the rest of your journey in this process. So that's pretty fun. And you know, you mentioned that we have a homeowner that we already surprised a couple of months ago. Well, we did our surprise this morning with another homeowner, and that was pretty fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
That you show up at their place of work and.
Yeah, we're a little sneaky.
Yeah.
We have our homeowner selection committee chairperson. Her name's Lucy Estrada. She works for Yavapai Title, so I have to give them a shout out. She contacts the employer and speaks to like the supervisor, so not everybody, and kind of prepares a celebration so that we're not intruding without permission. And then we show up, and sometimes they, you know, do something a little special, like the homeowner that I probably knew about was Nikki Leitner, and she lives in Camp Verde, and she works for a doctor's office. So we contacted the office manager, and she didn't tell anybody. She just had everybody meet for an office meeting, and it was a surprise to everybody. So that was really fun. And then this morning with the homeowner, she works at a rehabilitation hospital, so we talked to the supervisor and the scheduler to make sure that we had some connection. And then you know, kind of some of the coworkers were there and knew about it, but it was a really fun surprise.
Wow. That's just so empowering for everybody. These wonderful, hardworking folks who you've helped along in that process, and now they get to move forward with something in life that's so challenging right now to attain a home for your family. So it's amazing what Habitat does. Of course, they do so much other stuff. You've got to shop at the Restore, because that's my favorite place, which provides money. Of course, there's your yearly donations for the tax credit. There's so many ways you can support Habitat. You can go to vvhabitat.org, vvhabitat.org. Check it out. All the lists of programs are on there. Any questions you might have, all the contacts, everything about everybody there, and everybody's always smiling. It's the most wonderful thing. I love Habitat. I've been in love with the organization for years, so I really appreciate what you're doing, Tania. Thank you so much.
You do great work.
You do, you do. Yeah. Tania Simms, she's Executive Director for Verde Valley Habitat for Humanity. We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
Hi, this is Greg at Verde Solar Power. You know, Arizona has lots of clean, renewable sunshine, and we want to help you take advantage of it with our quality solar installations, and we offer to beat any written offer on a residential solar electric system. So bring us your electric bill and let us show you how solar power will save you money. We're located conveniently here in the Verde Valley and are dedicated to helping the valley go solar. So remember, the energy solution comes up every morning.
We Organize You serves the entire Quad City area and the Verde Valley with custom cabinetry, including kitchen, garage, laundry, custom home office, and closet systems. Stop by their showroom in Chino Valley to see how they can make your home more convenient and valuable. It's time to get reorganized with We Organize You. For more information, go to weorganizearizona.com. That's weorganizearizona.com.
Welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We are now in the apple packing barn at the Sedona Heritage Museum, uptown Sedona, off of Jordan Road. We're standing here with Board of Directors member Shondra Jepperson. Thank you for being here.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's super. The reason why we ventured out here today is to talk about the Verde Valley wine exhibit that the museum now has. That's amazing. Tell us a little background.
It's so amazing. You know, a lot of people don't realize that we were the very first commercial wine business here in the Verde Valley. Can you imagine?
I know, that was a long time ago.
State. In the
we
entire
think this
state.
is new.
I know, 1800s, late 1800s. Incredible. I love that. So we have this wonderful exhibit that went up in December, and we're very proud of it. Matter of fact, we have a grandson, Larry Sherman. Wow. He is a great-grandson of Heinrich, and he's on our board of directors.
Oh, that's amazing. That you still have family history still tied into the museum.
Right.
That's great. And was he instrumental in helping put this together?
Well, yes. The family gave us some things like this. This is a barrel rim. They gave us about 12 of these. This is one of the actual grapevines.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Isn't that incredible? I should say the branch of a grapevine.
Well, sure. Yeah, and now that's such an old one too. It's it's several inches. Wow, it's like 12 inches in diameter. That's incredible. Very old because they're skinny. We have an assortment of wine openers. We got
lots of corkscrews.
You said this was an authentic style label.
Yes,
which is amazing. You can see what the wine used to look
like.
Because
they would sell it and they would also trade it for groceries.
Yes.
And of course we had ranchers and we had all those boys in Jerome. And they had to drink wine.
Thirsty boys in Jerome.
Thirsty boys. Lots of thirsty boys in Jerome.
Yes.
So they did really well.
I bet.
And then the whole thing was shut down during Prohibition.
Oh, Prohibition. Yeah,
I know. I don't like talking about that part.
Nobody does. Nobody does. One of the neatest things you have with this exhibit is the video that's been put together by the NAU students using actual photographs, historical photographs taken here, put together in this really cool video. Can you tell us a little bit about how that went together?
Right. So we were given a lot of photographs from the Sherman family, and we decided we were going to have a 3D virtual tour. So we went to NAU, and the students there did all the modeling of these old photographs. So there are the actual photographs, and they had to go in and they figured out how the vineyards were lined up with Cathedral Rock, and figured out how the sunlight would hit them and whatnot. Went in and did all of the 3D modeling of the house and the vineyard and the actual winery. It's incredible.
It is. It turned out really beautiful. It's really interesting and artistic, and you
Really
know
neat.
the hours that went into that.
yeah.
Now, the video is 90 seconds long. This
Yes.
is the first part of it. You're thinking of expanding that.
Well, yes. Matter of fact, we are talking about that. It'll be a
Excellent.
little bit down the road, but we're going to pick up from there.
Right, when the
So-
technology gets a little cheaper.
Oh,
it'll be
yes,
easier.
very expensive. But I will tell you that the NAU students gave us a break.
Oh,
so that
thank
was
you,
good.
NAU students.
Yes, like, thank you. We really appreciate that part.
Now, this is part of the museum, so it's part
Yes.
of the admission fee when you come to the museum, which is open from 11 to 3 every single day except for major holidays. I think that's amazing.
It
What
is.
museum is open basically 360 days a year?
I'm telling you, it's great. And it's very inexpensive. It's like $6. You just
It
mentioned.
ranges from free to 10
Right.
bucks. 10
Right.
bucks is the most you're going to pay if you get the audio tour, which is a very cool thing that you have here.
Awesome, because you can go through the entire house and go even in here into the apple packing barn, and you'll hear it's numbered. So the audio tour is actually numbered. You just follow the numbers. And here we have a couple that have to do with the wine part of our museum.
And everything in the museum I love. I love stories. And,
Yes.
And I hate to say scandals, but you know, the juicy stuff.
Okay, you want a juicy one?
There's a juicy one involved with this.
There is. It's juicy. Okay, so Heinrich, so here we are. We're going to fast forward now because he's got the winery. It's up and running. It's doing great. And then even our own Sedona Schnebley was a part of the temperance movement.
Funk.
Yeah, okay. So here's the deal. Right around 1915 is when Prohibition hit. All right, the winery goes down. That's the way it goes. Everything gets all spilled out. Now, the next thing that happens is Heinrich has 2 big barrels of wine. He decides he's going to go ahead and sell them. He shouldn't be doing that, but he did it anyway because he only had 2 left, and for like $80.
Which is a ton of money.
It was a ton of money
It's a
back
ton of
there.
money.
And then, after that, he gets arrested. Now he's in jail, and it takes a while for him to get out of there.
Right.
But he was such a wonderful community person. He started the very first school in Sedona. As a matter of fact, people would come from different areas, and they would actually camp out on the property so that they could be there for the school year. It was the first voting place. He helped pave roads. He did a lot of wonderful things. So they cut him a break.
Yeah.
It's like, this guy's a good guy. We got to
Nice.
get him out of jail.
Oh.
And then he promised he would never, ever, ever, never, ever, never, ever, never, ever do anything like that again.
Oh, goodness. Yes, I bet his wife made sure that he never did that again.
Oh, I can imagine.
But 80
Can you
bucks
imagine?
was a lot of money in the
80 bucks was a
1880s.
lot of bread.
That was like 800 bucks. I mean, that was
Right?
a lot of money. So
was
I
a lot of money.
understand. There's so many other stories like that here at
Yes.
the Sedona Heritage Museum.
Yes.
It's really an awesome place. But if you had any interest in wine, you can now come here and learn about wine in the Verde Valley, which I'm still blown away that wine is not new.
I know.
Wine has been in the Verde Valley since the 1880s.
Well, I know.
But-
And in 2006 is when everything kind of picked up. Right?
Everybody else went, wait a minute, that was a good idea.
Yeah, they're like, Heinrich, you're a brilliant dude. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's
So,
something else.
So voila, here we are. You know.
Very cool. Check out the Shermans and Heinrich and all that stuff here at the Sedona Heritage Museum. It's in Uptown on Jordan Road. It's open from 11 to 3 every day except for major holidays. Admission ranges from free to 10 bucks, including the audio tour.
Right.
So much stuff going on here. Check out sedonamuseum.org.
Right?
Great website.
.org, yes.
Yep.
And make sure you check out all the wonderful events that are coming out. I mean, we've got some good ones. Michael Peach is here often, by the way.
Yes.
Great storyteller. And he changes it up depending upon the month. Like in October, there's a scary one about Halloween and stuff. And we just have all kinds of arts and crafts that happen here and all
Yes.
kinds of things. It's really
Yeah.
fun. And the gift store is great.
Oh, totally.
Really good.
Absolutely.
And if you want to really learn about Sedona and the Verde Valley, this is the place to come.
Absolutely.
And everybody, I have to say, on the board is wonderful, and we're doing what we can to preserve our history here in Sedona.
Well, you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
I absolutely love this
Thank you.
museum. Go to sedonamuseum.org, check it out. Look it up online. Lots of interesting things. Come on down. You won't believe how beautiful this museum is. Shondra, thank you for talking with us today.
Thank you.
Awesome. We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley and Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
When the truth hit, a ton of bricks fell. She went wishing for a way, searching for a well. And in the fog of it all, in the tightening of this twist, she looked forward to looking back on all of this. Once her mind was made up, she knew her path would be hard. So she polished her armor and shined up her sword. She decided not to think of all the things she would miss. She looked forward to looking back on all of this. And the healing stars shone in the healing night sky, and the earth rolled around another day. And the way she got through was one breath at a time. She kept breathing till she was breathing fine. Well, the battle was rugged, war raged in her heart. She often felt torn up and broken. And when she knew she couldn't sleep, she still turned out the light and looked forward to looking back on the night. And the healing stars shone in the healing night sky, and the earth rolled around another day. And the way she got through was one breath at a time. She kept breathing till she was breathing fine. Some days were so long, she'd sigh and stare, but that's what it took to get better. And when the worst of it was over, she looked back and she said, I'm looking forward, I'm looking forward.
That was beautiful, beautiful. Jill Trenholm, everyone.
Thank you.
Wow, you have the most wonderful, classic sounding voice.
Oh, thank you.
It's just beautiful. It really is so soothing and lovely, and it floats right along. And of course, you've been singing your whole life, which I think is amazing, Jill.
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah, you were fortunate to grow up in a family where that was encouraged.
Mm-hmm, I was. Yep. I have three sisters, and we all sang in the choirs and in school and in church. And then I went on and played in several bands since then, and been a singer-songwriter for many, many years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Since you're almost single digits. You've both been singing since the single digits, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Born singing this one. The guitar had to come a little bit later, but in your early teens, you learned to play guitar, and you've been going ever since. I love it. And you've really been a professional musician since your teens.
Well, yeah, I started playing with bands just right in high school, right out of high school, and then through college. And yeah, we toured and played, and I've been doing that for so long. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations! You've made a lifestyle out of it.
I have. Mm-hmm.
And she does a lot of other things too. You've got to know this amazing artist and cake sculptor. That I think is really cool.
Yeah, I do. I do a lot of assemblage art and sculpture work, and I have my work in the Sedona Art Center and in several galleries from Vegas to Laguna Beach and down in El Paso, Texas.
Wow.
So yeah, a lot of places.
Creativity just pours out of you.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
Which is super. I loved that song. Can you tell us a little bit about what it was called? And
Yeah,
what
it's
it was
called
about?
Looking Forward, and I wrote that for a friend of mine that is a breast cancer survivor. And she, I was looking for something to write into a card for her, and I was Googling inspirational quotes, and the one I found was, "I'm looking forward to looking back on all of this," and I thought, that's a great quote. It needs to be a song, so, and it fits in so many different situations. I even played it for the Coffee Creek Women's Correctional Facility for some women there, and it's, they're looking forward to looking back on that too. So in any situation that you wanted to get through.
I came up with 4 or 5 myself.
Oh, did you?
Like, wow, I thought that was the best line, looking forward to looking back on all this. Just so moving and beautiful, and it fits so many things. So,
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Now, how many songs have you written? Do you have any idea?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I'll write them, and then over the years I move on to the next ones, and then someone will say, "Can you play that one from one of my albums?" And I don't remember it at all. I have to go and relearn it. So yeah, I keep writing too. I've got new songs brewing all the time.
I bet. How many albums do you have now?
Altogether, probably 7, 8.
Right.
I also do children's music too.
Yes.
So yeah.
And you have a children's book.
I do.
As well.
Yeah, it's a whole project that teaches kids how to practice kindness.
Nice.
So,
We need more of that.
Yeah, we do.
We need
We can
more
always
of
use more
that.
of that,
And that one's called Jill's Basket?
That one's called, I have Jill's Pail, and then we have Jarina's Journey too.
Jarina's Journey. So,
Yeah,
so
that's
multi-author then.
Yeah.
Multiple children's
Yeah,
books.
I keep busy.
How fun.
Yeah.
What a great life you must have.
I enjoy it, to be able to perform, and I got to open for Michael McDonald, and that was a thrilling thing for me to do. And I do a lot of house concerts and private parties, and yeah. I like it.
What's the future hold in the next couple of months to a year for you? What are your plans this
Well,
time?
I'm completely open. I just moved to Sedona, so I'm looking for places to play and meet other musicians. So I'm excited about that.
You came to the right place. The Verde Valley is like a magnet to musicians
that's
right
what
now.
I'm hearing, yeah.
Yeah, and wonderful musicians.
Yeah,
Not
good.
like, but really good musicians are just pouring into the Verde
Good.
Valley.
I hope we connect.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, see, there you go. Give her a call.
Yeah, give me a call. Find me on Facebook.
Facebook, yep, you're on Facebook. Of course, JillTrenholm.com is your website. Of course, we can find music of yours there as well. Of course, great pictures. And I love all the posters of all the concerts you've done.
Oh,
Those are
thanks.
way too much fun to look at and kind of see your history of what you've done. And,
Yeah, lots of stuff.
and
Lots
right
of
now
stuff.
you're a solo artist?
I am.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
What kind of places do you see yourself playing in the Verde Valley?
I do a lot of jazz flavored stuff. So I like more dinner music, or like I said, I do house concerts. Those are my favorite thing.
Right.
So,
yeah, those are fun.
Yeah.
I noticed that on your website it's described as gypsy jazz folk.
Oh, Bohemian folk jazz.
Bohemian folk jazz.
It's
There we
just
go.
an eclectic mix of different things. I am a singer-songwriter, so a lot of it's storytelling in my songs.
Yes.
So
Yes, absolutely. What's the next song you're going to perform?
I'm going to sing a song called "Sleep In, Sleep On."
All right.
And of course, I had to do a lot of research on that.
Sleeping?
Yeah, sleeping in.
Oh, so it's a personal story. This one.
Oh, it's a silly story, but I do like to sleep in every once in a while, and it's a.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I know nothing of sleeping in. How is it?
I don't know. I mean, sleeping in is like 7 to me.
Yeah,
so,
believe me, I know. Musicians never sleep. Artists never sleep. Parents never sleep. None of us are ever sleeping anymore. It's an epidemic. So it's wonderful to have a song that'll tell us a little bit about that. So
yeah, okay, I will.
Do you find most of your songs are this wonderful, upbeat, happy? Is that in general?
In general, yeah, but that's not how I started out. I remember my mom and dad thinking, "Can't you write some happy songs?" But I mean, that's teenagers, so
that's true.
yeah. And I said the same thing to my son too. He's also a singer-songwriter in Portland, Oregon.
Nice.
Yeah, Shane Brown. And so now, I'm a happy person. So most of my stuff's happy.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, great. So we can contact you by going to JillTrenholm.com.
Yes.
We can also find you on Facebook.
Yes, absolutely. absolutely, and follow me there. And I always post where I'm playing on Facebook.
Good to know. I look forward to seeing you all over the Verde Valley, Jill.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being
Thanks
here.
for having me on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you all very much for watching the Verde Valley
you.
Experience. We always appreciate when you join us. You can check us out on myradioplace.com. You can check us out on Facebook. You can check us out on our YouTube page. We love you. We'll see you again next time.
Shoulder, your skin on my skin. The slow drift of each breath you breathe washes me back to sleep. Let's sleep in, let's sleep on a little longer in the comfy coziness of our bed, like lazy lions lying in the sun. Let's sleep in, let's sleep on. I dreamed our sheets became a comfy cotton cloud. We were floating like two feathers from a swan, and in your sleepy voice you say inside a yawn. Let's sleep in, let's sleep on. Let's sleep in, let's sleep on a little longer. Keep the lazy haziness in our head, like the lovely lullaby of this song. Let's sleep in, let's sleep on. I dreamed that we were on a soft and sandy beach, hanging from a hammock beneath the shady trees, and in your sleepy voice you say inside a yawn. Let's sleep in, let's sleep on.